about history of the atom. In ancient time, Maharshi Kanad, he is an Indian philosopher, has postulated that when we divide a matter into small particle again and again, so in last we get a smallest particle that cannot be divisible, and he named that particle Parmanu. And then next Indian philosopher Pakuda Katyayam, he postulated about the Parmanu, that these small particles normally exist in combined form in nature, form and which gives various forms of matter for us. And in the same era, in Greek, two Greek philosophers, Democritus and Lucifer, also postulate the same, approximately same thing. He also postulate that when we divide a matter again and again, so in last we get a smallest unit that cannot be divisible, and Democritus called these small particles atom. In India, Maharshi Kanad called these small particles Parmanu. In Greek, Democritus called these small particles atom. The theory of atom we can also understand with an example also. So in example, we take a matter, for example we take air, we take an matter air, and in first step we divide it in different components. So when we divide, we get gases, dust particles, pollen grains, bacteria, virus, and the other things. And in next stage we take the gases and divide it into smaller units. So when we divide the gases in smaller units, so we get oxygen gas, CO2, nitrogen, hydrogen, helium, different gases are there. So for example, then next stage, if we divide the carbon dioxide, CO2, so what we get? So we get a carbon particle and two oxygen particle. If we divide oxygen, O2, so we get two O particles. But in next stage, if we try to divide these single O particles or single carbon particle, it is not possible. So these small particles, smallest particle, are the atom of matter or smallest unit of matter. Is it clear? Next, before to be continued, there is a need to understand about the element and compound. What is element, what is compound? When we discuss about the element, I give some examples here. For example, hydrogen element, it is present in H2 form, N2 nitrogen, O2 oxygen, Cu copper, Ag silver. So different elements are there. In nature, there are 118 elements are present. How many elements? 118. About the elements we are studying through the periodic table. So how elements are formed? Though the smallest particle that are already we studied, that is atom. When these are some atoms are combined form, and some atoms are present in nature in independent form. For example, helium is a non-reactive gas. so it is present in nature independently. These are the exception, and some other gases are also present in nature. And most of the gases or the element, maybe these are the metals or non-metals, are always form in nature in the combined form with the same element. For example, in hydrogen, one hydrogen atom combine with another hydrogen atom and form H2. So hydrogen is also an example of element. Same in the nitrogen, same in the oxygen, and same in the but in copper combined with another substance. For example, CuSO4, copper sulfate, and form copper sulfate, and Ag also form different type of substances. Okay, so there is it clear about the element? Elements are the form of substance, pure form of substance. If we divide to it, so for example, we divide the hydrogen, so we get 2 hydrogen atom, but after division both the particles have the same chemical properties. This is the element. In compounds, next, in compounds there are 2 or more. When 2 or more types of atom combine and form a different substance is known as compound. For example, carbon dioxide. In carbon dioxide, 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atom combine and form a molecule of compound. Is it clear? 2 or more different type of element or different types of atom form a compound. Some other example also I give here. H2O is also a compound, and NH3 is also a compound. Different types of compound are present in our nature. Okay, so now we discuss about the chemical combination, laws of chemical combination. In this matter, another scientist, Antony L. Lavoisier, established 2 laws of combination. Remember this scientist name, Antony L. Lavoisier, established 2 laws of chemical combination. First one is laws of conservation of mass, and second one is laws of constant proportion. In first law postulates that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. In a chemical reaction, mass cannot be created or nor cannot be destroyed. By an example, by an activity, we try to understand that we take a conical flask and take 2 solution X and solution Y. Solution Y is put into the flask and another solution X take into the test tube and hang in the flask carefully and put the cork on it, and then we take the weight of it. For example, when we take the weight of it, we get the weight 50 gram. For example, what is the weight of the flask before reaction, when both solution are separated, X solution in the test tube and Y solution in the flask? So what is the weight of it? Total weight 50 gram. Then we tilted the flask and test tube also tilted, so both solution are react each other and form a new substance. So after some times again we take the weight of it and weighing of it. So what we found? The weight of the flask after the reaction is 50 gram. There is no change in their mass. So it shows the first law of combination. Matter can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. Is it clear? It is very simple. Now we go to the second part of second law of combination, law of constant proportion. In this law, according to this law, postulate that in a chemical substance the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. According to mass, these are always in a substance element always present in a fixed proportion. So by an example we can understand that. For example, we take H2O. H2O is a formula of water, and water is a compound. This is already we have discussed here. So according to the periodic table, the mass of hydrogen is 1 AMU. AMU is a unit of atom. It is the full form of AMU is atomic mass unit. It is discussed in our next chapter. And then next atom, sorry, here is a mistake, O. The mass of oxygen is 16 AMU. The mass of oxygen is 16 AMU. So when we find the mass ratio of hydrogen and oxygen in H2O, so there is a mass of hydrogen is 1 and there are 2 hydrogen, so into 2 ratio 1 oxygen, so the mass of oxygen is 16. In next step, 2 1s are 2, and we write here in the form of fraction 2 ratio 16 and divide it. 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16. So finally we get 1 ratio 8. What we get? 1 ratio 8. It is the fixed mass proportion of the water compound. If we take, whereas we take 1 molecule of water, 1 liter of water, thousands of water particles or water molecules, always the mass ratio of the water is the same. What is the mass ratio of it? Water? 1 ratio 8. I hope you are able to understand.